Hey YouTubers, Jose Fantasticville here in Seguin, Texas. I'm at North River Street 100 block and looks like East Gonzales Street, the 200 block. Came to visit the Heritage Museum here. The website shows it's open on Saturdays and it's not. So I'll just read this part here. The Seguin Heritage Museum building now houses a museum as a testament to changing needs over time. 1891. The office stood on the corner of East Gonzales and North River Streets. By 1902, their neighbors included a grocery store, town fire station with its hook and ladder to real wagon. In 10 years, the law office was replaced by another grocery store, a meat market, and a pool hall. The biggest change took place on the second floor and was repurposed as a theater, the Keimstein Theater, hosting for formal balls, traveling vaudeville shows, and other theatrical productions. In 1924, only the grocery store, now occupying the entire first floor, and the Opera House remained. Otto and Harold Basinger opened their grocery store in 1934. They later joined the Red and White food store chain. The business became successful that in 1954 they moved to a larger location. In 1992, the Basinger family donated the building and created the museum. Again, it says it's open Saturday, but it isn't. Give you a view of where we're at here. That's the municipal building, and like I said, you can't go inside. It's closed. So they're open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the middle of the week. So if you got time off and you really want to come look here, that would be the best time for you to come, and it's got some admission. And that's the other half of it. Other than that, we're going to go to this other location that's got this dollhouse. But again, can't go inside. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting ready to leave the museum. I'm gonna go to this dollhouse they have. So it's not too bad of a day since I came here for the museum. So again, we're in downtown Seguin, Texas. There's a car going behind me. You got a lot of old buildings down here in this area. We need to go straight, but they got the road closed. Building to the right is the county courthouse here. I believe it's their second one here in Guadalupe County. Seguin's the county seat. But I need to go straight and I can't. Just so you see, at the county museum, they got the home of the world's largest pecan right there. The world's largest pecan came from Seguin, Texas.
It looks like you've left the room, so I'll reroute you.
That's a replica of it.
In 200 feet, turn left at West Donegan Street. Turn left at West Donegan Street. Turn right towards South River Street.
Shit, I can't
It
go
looks
there.
like you've left the room, so I'll reroute you. In 200 feet, turn left towards South River Street. Turn left towards South River Street.
things here. So I'm on East Crockett Street. Or South Crockett Street, sorry, South Crockett Street's there. South River Street's on the other side here. Let me park and then we'll go inside. Hi y'all, I'm over here. South River Street. This other street's Live Oak Street. So we're at what they call the Heritage Village, collection of historic buildings preserved by the Seguin Conservation Society. It's got a couple historical markers. If you go down that way, I drove around, the road was closed, so I couldn't come through. Says this is a Los Nogales museum. So Los Nogales, this structure was built in 1849 for German immigrant Justus Gombert. The one-room adobe structure, later stuccoed and enlarged, was owned from 1849 to 1859 by Joseph Zorn after the Civil War. Property was used as a campground for a member of the Freedmen's Bureau. Ben McCulloch owned the property briefly in 1870. Demolition of the house was prevented as the first project of the Seguin Conservation Society in 1952. Los Nogales, Spanish for walnuts, as is now known, was designated a recorded Texas historical landmark in 1962. So it got saved from getting destroyed. A little different, some smaller towns, some of them, little buildings like this or homes, they destroy. San Antonio saves a lot of them. International Historic Places, 1970. That's pretty much it there. A little chimney. And right here, when you look for this location, it'll mention this dollhouse. So it's got a dollhouse here. I'll do a walk around it in a little bit. But it's the historic Dietz-Castilla dollhouse, 1910. Historic Dietz dollhouse. A German-born carpenter, Louis Dietz, built the Victorian playhouse known as the Dietz dollhouse in 1910 for 5-year-old Alice O'Brien, an orphan from New York, found in hospital. In those days, orphan or homeless children were transported by train to various small towns throughout the United States for adoption. Luis and his sister, Miss Molly, raised Alice, and she played in a dollhouse with her cousin, Emil Buddy Dietz. When the children outgrew the little house, it became the entrance to the family home next to the Dietz-Cabin and toy shop at North Milam Street. There, Lewis built furniture and other wooden items, including rocking horses, animals on wheels. Another Dietz specialty was carved fruit that appeared almost real enough to eat. Louis also made the child-sized wardrobe and dresser on display. The dollhouse exhibits a variety of donated toys representing the turn of the century period and beyond. 1967, the Dietz dollhouse was donated to Seguin Conservation Society by Pablo H. Castilla and his son, Ralph B. Castilla, and moved to its present location. The 100th birthday was March 2nd, 2010. Wow. And there's a picture of the little girl the dollhouse was made for. Kind of cool. Do a walk around. The other side there. Got some wooden blocks, letter blocks over there. The back side of it. See the back side of the house here. And go back here. There's something across the street. True Women Book Tour. Army of Occupation Camp Seguin was placed under the command of Major General J.J. Reynolds, and Union Garrison was established on Live Oak Street. Tensions between the people of Seguin and Yankee soldiers constantly flared. The camp was salt in the wounds of Confederate veterans. Project of the Seguin Conservation Society. It's the location of the Union forces after the Civil War. Another nice house there. Got a marker. It's got a well. A lot of the older houses here had wells so you could get their water. Some old trees. People still live in this house. But a little bit of history about the house. The Zeisville residence. The single-family cherished Cape Cod style property was owned by two civic-minded families from 1929 till the present by families who raised their children here and shared their passions for community service to Seguin. The first owners, Arthur Japp and Violet Schraub Viro, owned the Viro gift store. The second owner, Beth Stanley Z's, taught journalism and communication skills for 40 years in Seguin area schools. Both families believed in community service and were active in Emmanuel's Lutheran Church. Both belonged to Elks Lodge, American Legion, Herman's Sons. Beth Z's was two-term president of Seguin Conservation Society. Both families volunteered their time for betterment and beautification of Seguin. Historic landmark for the city of Seguin. There's the well. It's about 66 degrees right now. Not too bad. Across the street. Another historical marker here at this house that I'm walking to. Another well. Cover it up. Another house, or it looks like it could be a church over there. So this is the Campbell Cabin. John Campbell of Ireland, who migrated to Seguin before 1847, possibly built the first room of this log cabin about 1850. 1851, he returned to his native country and persuaded several family members, including his brother Peter Campbell, to settle here also. Farmer and rancher Peter lived in the cabin and later enlarged it to accommodate his growing family. The cabin was originally located southwest of Seguin and was the home of Campbell descendants until 1957. Moved to this site in 1979 and now serves as a reminder of the area's pioneering settlers. Got QR codes. It's decorated in there. It looks like a kitchen in there. Heritage Village, the Seguin Leadership Class of 2020-21. Partial Seguin Conservation Society is proud to be part of the revitalization of the historic site. The preservation of Seguin and Guadalupe counties is paramount to our community. The project was made possible through dedication, countless volunteers, and generous members of the community. With gratitude, we acknowledge Beth Z's, who led the coordination and collection of funds necessary to complete this project. Set up like a church there. Is a prisoner wagon? So this is Calaboose. Previously located in the Guadalupe County Poor Farm, the Calaboose was donated to Seguin Society January 31st, 1986 by Harriet and Dick Phillips in memory of her parents Arthur and Una Schmidt, who bought the property from the county, made it their homestead, and used the acreage for cattle raising. Property is part of a 202-acre tract owned by Edward Nolte and sold December 1893 to Guadalupe County for a convict farm. The county auctioned the northeastern 31 acres of the tract to Mr. and Mrs. Schmidt on 31st, 1937 for $67 per acre. The deed from the county refers to the 31 acres as a poor farm. The Calaboose was originally mounted on wheels and served as a means of transportation for county prisoners. It was pulled by horse and mules to the fields where the prisoners performed work duties such as picking cotton, still visible on the metal-lined walls of the Calaboose and graffiti left by the prisoners. Calaboose was left in a pasture under a large live oak tree that had been used as a hanging tree for prisoners sentenced to death by the county courts. Nearby stood barracks type structures where paupers were housed, closed by the area used as the paupers graveyard. The county still has burial rights for indigents at this location. Calaboose. These are men's restroom. The church inside, the back side. Then they have the bell up there. It's a nice little park area. So I'm walking not far from downtown. Seguin's first church. The congregation relied on circuit riders from various denominations. One Sunday, Euphemia felt an unbelievable need to start. She noticed glassy, transfixed expressions of people shifting the pews. Then from beneath the floor, she heard the contented grunt of a pig answered by another. She realized the entire church had been infested with fleas. In 1850, Euphemia and William King were married in a newly disinfected church. Well, let me get ready to head out. A lot of cars parking at the AgriLife. Hey, what's up, Fantastic Village fans? Here, Jose, the little dollhouse is there, the Dietz dollhouse. The house here, the Los Nogales, and then the cabin over there again. If you like this little video, it wasn't what I was gonna do. I was gonna hit the inside of Seguin Heritage Museum, but it was closed. So I drove around, saw this in the landmarks on GPS. So I came, just did a little quick tour. It's kind of interesting, the dollhouse there. People would actually make them that big. But if you like this video, it's a little different than what I was planning to do. Go and like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. Adios.